Hello there guys, welcome back to my channel for yet another what we really learned from the last Chelsea game. This time Chelsea won, Krasnodar won. And hey, I will admit it wasn't the most exciting game. We all know that. I really do appreciate it if you tune in, especially because the game wasn't all that exciting. And hey, maybe not so many people are interested in what there is really to talk about this game. But if you're here right now or later on when this has turned into a video, I really appreciate you. Be sure to subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated, honestly. And smash the like button. Smash the like button. But in my opinion, even though the game was boring and really, not that filled with highlights left, right, and centre, shall we say, I still think there are a lot of things to talk about. Whether it is the brilliance of Billy Gilmour making his first start since July 7th after, of course, this meniscus injury, or also Tino Anjorin making his first start, making his full debut for Chelsea Football Club. There is a lot to talk about, as well as Tammy Abraham having an absolute shocker and pretty much gifting Olivier Giroud the number 9 spot, at least for the foreseeable future, until we have enough wingers fit for Timo Werner to be a realistic striker option as well. Hello guys, hello, I'm Sudan, hello Rise755. I hope you're all doing well. I really do hope you're all doing well. And let's get it. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game because that is what we're here to do. And how do we do that? Exactly. We started off by discussing the lineup. Like I said already, Billy Gilmour got his start for the first time since July, starting as the left centre midfielder, not as a DM, not as a lone DM, not as a DM in a double pivot. He started as the left centre midfielder in a 4-3-3 next to Mateo Kovacic, if you will. And Tino Anjorin started, even though he's usually more of a number 8 or a number 10, he started out wide on the left. And to be honest, that was kind of our downfall yesterday. We'll get to that a little bit more. Of course, Kepa returned into goal as well for the first time since October. And the back four was exactly the same as we had in Sevilla last week, of Rudiger Christensen, Azpilicueta and Emerson Palmieri. Jorginho kept his starting spot in the Champions League, started all 6 Champions League games, this season, I guess. Mateo Kovacic was in the team, Kai Havertz was in the team, but this time on the wing. And Tammy Abraham, as expected, started up top, with Olivier Giroud, of course, having started the last 2 games in a row. So that wasn't exactly surprising. Ben Stokes saying Kai Havertz has to start on the right wing. He looked bright there yesterday. I strongly disagree with this statement. Oh, Jacob, okay, fair enough if you think it wasn't a shocker. Havertz wasn't horrible, was horrible, didn't put a single cross in. Yeah, that was our biggest issue. Not just Havertz, but I will get to it. Don't worry, I will get to it. As for what Ben Stokes said, see, I disagree with this. I think he's just looking more and more confident and lively again and fitter again. And you could see the longer the game went on, the worse, if you will, he got. So that surely proves that, the legs got a bit more heavy and a bit more tired towards the end. And yeah, of course the game didn't matter, but it mattered a lot to Tammy Abraham. Because if he, pulled in a brilliant performance, it would have given Frank Lampard a proper headache as to who to start up top against Everton on the weekend. Because Tammy had, in my opinion, a really poor game. It's guaranteed that Olivier Giroud would start on the weekend. So for Tammy Abraham, it wasn't a nothing game. It really, really wasn't. For the team as a whole, it was, but not for Tammy himself. But yeah, as for Kai, I just think he's looking better and getting a bit more confident and fitter again. I think that was the main reason. I still think he's much more suited to playing in the central role, whether that's as a number 8 or as a number 10. I just think he's much, much, much more suited to that. Rhys James would put the crosses in. Of course he would. That was one of the biggest issues we had yesterday, the fullbacks, and just generally no width at all. Kai Havertz played very good. In my opinion, the movement was not good enough. Yeah, no, I agree. I would rather play Werner on the right wing instead of Havertz and Pulisic on the left. Yeah, Stephen Williams, I completely agree with that statement, as in, if we're talking about the Everton game, of course. But yeah, my issue for this game, let me get the line up one more time. If you look at it, we had our number 2 fullbacks, on the right, Aspi, on the left, Emerson. And then we had 2 wingers in Anjorin and Kai Havertz, who aren't actually wingers. What that meant for the entire game pretty much is we had 0 width. We had nothing coming from the wide areas, like honestly nothing. And what happens if you have nothing from the wide areas and your opponent is really deep and just tries to like block everything down the center and just sits back quite a lot? Well, you're not going to create much if you don't have any width then, because we tried to go down the middle. It wasn't happening for us other than when we won a penalty and when Kai Havertz was put through quite early in the second half. It just wasn't happening, and that was the issue. But do excuse me, by no means am I saying Anjorin was bad. I actually thought he was brilliant, and in my opinion was actually man of the match, and maybe even slightly ahead Billy Gilmour, even though officially it was Billy Gilmour. I thought Anjorin was brilliant, just not at doing what a winger is meant to do. He was more like a number 10 that constantly came inside, maybe a wide number 10, but definitely not like a winger. And, you know, it's kind of the same issue we had for Kai Havertz on the other side. That was, in my opinion, the main issue of the game. Emerson told us a dream against Sevilla, Ben Stokes. Yeah, I was slightly disappointed I was very disappointed with Emerson for the first 20 minutes. After that, it was decent enough. It was decent enough. His crossing was awful, but in general, he was at least decent enough. For the first 20 minutes, he was lazy. He wasn't doing nothing. Wasn't running back. There was one moment where Krasnodar hit us on the break, and Emerson took like half an hour to bloody jog back, and it was infuriating. Honestly, it pissed me off. Got a bit better after that, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. We all know Emerson is crap. I disagree with the fact that Emerson is crap. Emerson is lazy and poor at crossing. Still better than Alonso, but poor at crossing. But overall, a good footballer. TK13 says, in my opinion, Aspie wasn't overlapping enough. Fully agree. And there was a lack of chemistry between him and Kai. Maybe Reece and Kai on the wing can work. I still don't think Kai should ever play on the wing, you know, unless this is needed for rotation because we have injuries or whatever. Kai Havertz should not play on the wing. I know he did that for Leverkusen, but that's not anywhere near his best position. I'd rather see him up top as a striker than I would see him out on the wing quite regularly, in all honesty. As Uncle Harry said, Billy Gilmour is going to the very top. Oh yes, he is going to the very top. Tammy is so lazy, he's not at Chelsea level, honestly. I'm not sure whether laziness is the issue with him, but hey. Sourab said, Dibala to Chelsea has always been my dream transfer. We didn't have any superstar until this window after Eden left. What's your thoughts on Dibala? I think Dibala is a brilliant footballer. But quite frankly, I don't really see where he fits into our team right now. He's not a real winger. He's not a real striker. He's a kind of second striker, attacking number 10 that we don't need, that we don't really have room for right now. So as much as I love him, what I think we need is a proper backup winger. That's, I think, first and foremost what we need in January is a proper backup winger. Everywhere else we're pretty much sorted, especially now with Billy back. We could do with a DM, but everywhere else we're pretty much sorted. But especially a backup winger is what we really need. I'm not sure Dibala is quite what we need. Personally, even though I love him as a player, just for what we have right now, I'm don't quite see it. Ben Stokes said, I love how we are playing the common players, but I can see the difference between James and Mount and Joe compared to Tino. James and Mount and Joe compared to Tino. I don't quite know which way you mean it. Like, do you think Tino wasn't quite as good as the other ones, or is he as good or better? Or please elaborate, mate. Edwin Clark said, in my opinion, backup winger need in January, yes, maybe reactionary, but our wingers all have a track record of injuries. Yeah, I completely agree. I think for Ziyech, it's we're getting unlucky so far this season, but for Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, it's definitely a bit of a reoccurring issue. Hudson-Odoi only since his Achilles injury, but let's see when he gets over that. You know, a bad injury can sometimes for the rest of your career lead to you being a bit more injury prone. So let's hope it's not the case, but for the time being, it definitely is. The way Aspie sprints back is amazing. For sure. You know, I'm not saying Aspie is bad by any means, but in the attacking third, it's such a big difference. And at this moment in time, I don't even think Aspie defends any better than Reece James does anymore. And this isn't Aspie getting worse. This is Reece James getting better. And, Ziyech had a lot of injuries at Ajax. He did, but a lot, not as Pulisic, like playing for a few games, injured again. Not like that, as far as I'm aware, but I could be wrong. But I feel like I remember from when we signed him, I did the research, and that doesn't ring a bell that he was all that injury prone. Do you think we can keep Jorginho next season? I like him as a backup. Personally, I think we can, but obviously it depends on who we sign. If we sign a backup DM, Jorginho won't want to stay, and, if we can somehow get funds for him, decent funds for him, he'll definitely be off, and you'd have to understand it from every point of view. Our point of view to make money, his point of view to get game time. You'd have to understand it. Ben Stokes saying, I mean, by the level Mount and Joe, James look like they have a higher ceiling, but I'd be more than happy to be proved wrong. See, but if you look back to when, Mount is maybe a bit of an issue, as he didn't really have that, like Hudson-Odoi did, or like Ruben did when he just came in to play that one game. So I think it's a bit harsh. But I also see kind of where you're coming from. There's a reason why our academy results are not quite the same right now as they were a few years ago when all these guys were in the academy. So you kind of have to say that. Dibala is second striker. We don't have that position. We don't need him. That's my issue. We could do with Saïd Benrahma. Well, we can't sign him now. He literally just went to West Ham in the summer. West Ham claimed him but wanted to see him in blue. Yeah, exactly. Why don't we play Werner up front, Pulisic on the left, Ziyech on the right? We will eventually, trust me, Jacob, we will do that eventually. Not against every opponent, but against some opponents, that's exactly what we will do. I guarantee that Frank Lampard will. It just hasn't happened yet that all of them were fit to start in the same game, which is obviously a bit unfortunate. Stefan said, Lampard wants to sign a world-class young centre-back next summer. Which one would you like to sign? In my opinion, Jose Jimenez. Well, Jose Jimenez isn't exactly young, but he's a good centre-back. You know, if it was between Jimenez and Alaba, personally, I would rather Alaba. Maybe I'm a bit swayed because I'm Austrian, but if there is a possibility of getting Alaba, I would rather him than Jimenez personally. Unless Alaba's wage demands are obviously too outrageous, you know, that's fair enough. CFC Ryan saying Werner right wing. Yes, I agree with this. Not full time, not like consistently, but for the next couple of games while Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech are injured and Pulisic is back in the team. Pulisic is significantly better on the left, so he has to play on the left. Giroud will play up top, and you know Timo Werner has to play on the right. It's as simple as that. In my opinion, Billy can play the Gilmore role, the Jorginho role better than Jorginho. Billy can do what Jorginho can do. Right now, not quite yet better. The reading of the game defensively isn't anywhere near as good. Offensively, he's arguably even better just because he's quicker. But defensively, I don't agree with this yet. But I'm not quite sure whether he can do the Kante role, which Kante plays for us, and Jorginho is just the backup. I'm not sure whether Billy will ever be able to properly do that, just because he's so small in frame. Not just short, because Kante is short, but Kante is a machine, a physical monster, super strong. Billy isn't that, so I'm not sure whether he will ever be able to do that. Hello, Lamin, how you doing? Click the like button. Yes, people, click the like button. Everyone, please do that. NNN, don't know what that means, Kai, but hello, mate. How long will Hudson-Odoi Ziyech will be out for? Is it only 2 weeks? Yes, that's what Frank Lampard said after the game yesterday, that both of them won't be out for very long and they should be back fit in about 2 weeks, which should have them fit or in contention at least for the Boxing Day game against Arsenal, which would be good to have especially Ziyech back for that one, or Hudson-Odoi if Pulisic isn't fit. Ben said, I expected him to be like Ruben, but Ruben is different class. I remember him cooking players for Palace, getting a Euro call-up. Yeah, but you can't remember, Ruben when he joined Palace was 22. Anjorin is 18. That's a very different story. Or he's even 17, I can't remember. But very young. Like, you can't compare that. You compare him to Ruben's first games under Jose, you know, Jose's second spell when Ruben had the number 36. You compare him to that, and yes, Ruben was a different level to Tino Anjorin, for sure. That's true. Sarah saying, for round of 16, we'll take any team. We can really be dominant and confident against Barca or PSG. Yeah, I mean, any team is obviously a bit of a stretch. I'm not sure what the situation is. Let me actually check right now, because obviously PSG are playing right now, and are actually 1-0 up. Where is that game then? So it's not showing the PSG game yesterday, and it's not showing it. Oh, there it is. Let me just check that table now. Well, right now, if PSG win tonight, they will be ahead of Leipzig, so our opponent will be Leipzig. I wouldn't enjoy playing against Leipzig. So because they're so tactically special and difficult to play against, I wouldn't enjoy it. Yeah, it can work, and we can annihilate them. For sure we can. We're good. We're a brilliant team, but they're a tough one. But I will talk about that next week when the draw happens. But honestly, we finally, after 4 long years of Willian taking corners, we look dangerous from set pieces. Do you think? Yesterday with Emerson, I'm not sure, but in general, yes. Do you think Dwight McNeil will be a good option? We don't have a left wing who's left-footed. Will be something different. What do you think? I haven't seen enough of him or ever paid attention enough to him to really judge that, in all honesty, Bobby. But I will actually look at him. Sedan says, Jimenez is always injured, plus Alaba knows pressing game. For sure. That's one big thing. Jimenez, Atletico's footballing style is so different from Chelsea. It's very difficult to just put him in there and expect him to be of the same level. It's so different. Calvin Phillips in his interview said that he never played anyone as good as Kante. Apparently, he was always 5 steps ahead of Leeds. I read the quotes, didn't say quite like that, but along those lines. And also, we found a lot of praise from Mason Mount as well. Red Bull, how you doing, mate? Everyone that's tuning in right now, appreciate all of you that are here. Please be sure to subscribe. If you're new here, that'd be absolutely brilliant from yourselves. And if you are subscribed already, tell all of your mates, everyone you know, tell them, this Loz guy, he's sick, you know, subscribe to him. That'd be great. You know, I'd love it if I could hit like 8k subs soon, 10k subs eventually. That'd be brilliant. Red Pill said, our first team DM is booked. Kante will be there for another 2-3 years. Who's not making it, Gilmore or Ampadu? I think there is a chance both make it until we sign Rice. If we sign Rice, Ampadu won't. Because they're too similar. They can both be a DM, they can both be a centre-back. So that's why I think both can make it, because Ampadu can make it a centre-back. Don't forget, he grew quite significantly since he last played for Chelsea. You know, when he was quite short. But the guy was only 17 when he played that. 18. Some people still grow at that age. I was growing until I was 21, mate. So that can still certainly happen. That's why I think that. Billy played the holding role well last season against Liverpool and Everton. Yeah, for sure he did. For sure he did. But long term, he's not as good at that as Kante is. Let's be honest. If only Werner and Hudson-Odoi are available, Cho should play left wing and Werner right wing. Cho should never play over Pulisic, I'm sorry. I mean, Ampadu could be centre-back, but it seems like we're getting Rice. Yeah, we'll see. If we get Rice, I think Ampadu is kind of done for. After each game, I'm always here the next day to see your complete analysis, but you aren't consistent. We love your content. Please try to be. Mate, I have been very consistent for the last couple of weeks. I just missed one game because my girlfriend was visiting, long-distance relationship and that. It's not always easy, especially in these times in the world with borders and that. But yeah, so that was the only reason why I missed a couple of weeks ago. But other than that, I'm here the day after every single Chelsea game. Come on, bro. Don't put me down like that. Kino saying, hi, Laurenz. Joe was doing good before his injury. Who would you get as a backup winger? Honestly, I say every day, every stream, whether it's a Blues fan city, whether it's here, I'm saying, yeah, I still haven't thought about winger. I still haven't, boys, I'm so sorry. I still haven't decided on a winger who I would like as a backup. I just can't tell you. I can't tell you. Get David Neres from Ajax. Why not? You asking me for a winger, get David Neres. He's probably happy to be backup, maybe. I don't know. Do you reckon Ismail Sarr would be a good backup? See, that's a shout. IB1. Why not Ismail Sarr? Plays for Watford, was in the Premier League. Probably, yeah, why not? Smarty. Alaba is so overrated, your opinion. Look at most of his games for Austria. Of course, those are different teammates, but I still don't want him at Chelsea. I don't know if you're Austrian, hence why you're talking about the Austria games, because obviously I'm Austrian. But it's an interesting shout. See, I agree that Alaba is overrated as a footballer, full stop. But for Austria, he plays as a midfielder, sometimes left mid. That's not him. You can't expect Alaba to just go and be incredible at that when he's not used to playing there. Bayern Munich for the last 10 years, 15 years, he's played left back and centre back. Never played DM, never played left mid. How can we expect him to be good? But the issue there is, well, it is Alaba because he wants to play there, but it's the managers. You know, if you want him to look as good as he can do, play him in his favourite positions. No, well, in his best positions, because they aren't his favourite positions. But as a centre back, and even as a left back, especially when we try to be a bit more, well, not more defensive, but when we don't quite need the pace, but just a ball-playing player, he's brilliant. Honestly, trust me, he's brilliant. TK13, not sure if you would agree, but I think the weight of passes that Jorginho plays isn't good enough, and Billy's passing between the lines is much better. See, TK13, I am a big fan of Jorginho, you know that, but I actually agree with this. I think that Jorginho doesn't put enough paces on the passes, and sometimes when his passes are intercepted, that's the reason why. His over-the-top balls have enough pace, I'm happy with those. But along the floor passes, he just doesn't smash them enough. And Billy Gilmour does that incredibly well, and I completely agree with you. Cheers, mate. Neymar scored again, but I don't want Chelsea against Neymar and Mbappe. See, Ben, I agree with it. I wouldn't... Well, if PSG win, they will top the group, so we can't play them. Only if PSG draw will they be, or lose, would it be behind Leipzig. So if they win, we won't play against PSG next round anyway. Did you know that you can watch full Chelsea matches on Fifth Star Net? I did, but why would I watch them live anyway? Let's get Laurenz to 10k before the end of the year. Boy, that would be a big dub. Yes, mate. Tell all your mates, tell everyone you know, tell them to subscribe, please. That'd be brilliant. Stefan saying, if Conor Gallagher keeps up his good form at West Brom, he must be given a chance in the first team next season. His work rate is unbelievable. I completely agree with this. You know, we got rid of Barkley, make Conor Gallagher that Barkley role, and then they all fight for it. You know, they all fight for it. I would be very happy with that. Florian Thauvin, too high level, too high profile to be a total backup for us, to be pretty much fourth choice winger. He wouldn't do that. Bobby, yeah, Sarri's a great shout. Fair play. Sarri's a great shout. Jacob saying, would you play Gilmore as a lone DM from now on? No, N'Golo Kante plays there still, obviously. I meant when only Cho and Hudson-Odoi are fit, Pulisic and Shears are unavailable. Yeah, I actually agree with this. Well, if we play really badly on the counter, depending on who we play against, I think Werner is better on the left, because then he can go inside. But if we play against a low block team, Werner on the left is useless, so then I agree. Red Pill saying, Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Anjorin cover, who's not making it? For some reason, people think all these players are going to become regulars in the team at some point, but that's not happening for sure. Cover will eventually leave. Let's be honest. As great as he is, eventually the young players will just take over. Let's be honest. And you guys know I love Ruben so much. You know, I love him so much. If we include players out on loan, he's like by so far my favourite Chelsea player. Has been since he was like 16 and he's nearly 25 now. I've been a huge fan of Ruben ever since, and so I really hope that he makes it. But if I'm going to be totally honest, I'm kind of scared that he won't. I'm kind of scared that he won't. And Anjorin, I don't think will either, to be honest, just because of how many players we have. Do you see us bringing any players in January during the winter transfer window? I can see outs but no ins. I could see if a good... Hey, Texas Blue, by the way. Hope you're doing well, mate. I could see it opening up if a good like opportunity arises. Whether it's Ismail Sarr, whether Watford like don't ask crazy money, whether it's other people like Dwight McNeil. If the money asked isn't crazy and we still have injury troubles, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a backup winger. But other than that, no. I don't like... Yeah. Sarab saying, Ruben has lost his charm and activeness. He's not the player that became your favourite Kai glides like Ruben did in Europa. Yes, but I still hope that Ruben will come back. Oh, how you doing, gorgeous? Hope you slept well. Amar saying, Laurenz should Chelsea sell Jorginho and not loan out Gilmore. No, Billy Gilmour isn't getting loaned out. Billy Gilmour isn't getting loaned out. Mind you, last night, Billy Gilmour didn't play as a DM. Billy Gilmour played as one of the 8s, and we kind of needed that anyway. Because we play 2 number 8s pretty much every game at the moment, right? And before Gilmour came back fit, we only had 3. We had Mount, we had Kovacic, and we had Kai. And now we have a 4th one. You need 4 players for 2 positions. That's the same with our wingers. Well, if you include Werner, we have 4. But in general, we only have 3, and that's my issue. For 2 positions, you need 4 players. It's a fact. Like, at least, you know. You could even argue you need 5, but at least 4. So, no, it's not to do between either of them. Next season, it's a different situation. We'll need someone else in midfield, and then we'll see whether Gilmore is the DM or whatever, what happens to Jorginho. I want Reece James to be our captain when Silver Raspi doesn't play. Trent is captain in Liverpool tonight. I still can't really decide between Mount and Reece James for me. I know Mount is physically not as imposing as Reece is, but he's more vocal, and I like captains being vocal. I'm just a fan of that personally. Jorginho, no, the guy exposes our defence so much. If Kante gets an injury now, you'd rather play that Gilmore than Jorginho. Depending on the game, Baguma, depending on the game, in my opinion. I don't even know how people are criticising Havertz, bruv. This ain't a strawberry world with only Messi's and Ronaldo's. Give the man some time. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Hamza. I couldn't agree more with his statement, honestly. To me, it's outrageous how much criticism he's picked up, especially with the tough, symptoms he had with the disease. He will be a little while. He will be a little while. Florian Thauvin is left-footed and played for Newcastle, and his contract is about to expire. 28 as well. Good age. Oh, he's about to expire. All right. Maybe he's a shout. Maybe he's a shout then, to be honest. Maybe he's a shout. Ben, by the way, we should not play Kepa every time we play him. His price will go down. He still stands still and stares when even Krasnodar player took a shot. I don't know. He was going to the other corner. He was just wrong-footed, and it was understandable why he was thinking he was going to go far corner from there. No criticism for Kepa for that goal. I like Loftus-Cheek, but it's as if he won't make it again. He's good, but unlucky player. Yeah, sadly, that's kind of true. Thoughts on midfield. I reckon we could sell a lot of talent. We've got Havertz, Mount, Kante, Gilmore, Anjorin, Cover, Jorginho, Ampadu, Barkley, Ruben, Gallagher, Bakayoko, Drinkwater, etc. Well, obviously, Drinkwater we'll try to sell. Bakayoko, pretty sure we have already found, or are on the verge of finding an agreement to sell to Napoli. Barkley will probably be sold eventually, whether it's Villa or a slightly bigger team than them. I wouldn't even be surprised if Barkley ends up back at Everton, to be honest. And Anjorin obviously will go out on loan for the time being. But yeah, there's a lot of money to be made from there. Kai Havertz, hey bro, how you doing? Amar saying, it's crazy how my favourite YouTuber responds, how is Laurenz not on exactly that many million subscribers? Yeah, who's PewDiePie? Reece for captain, you want to destroy his confidence? No, we have Mendy. What? I'm talking about Mendy as captain. No. That's not a thing. That's not happening. Not under my watch. Gilmore clearly can play at 6, but I see him more as the Xavi type of 8. Exactly, that's my point. Then we put a bit more physical DMs in there. Ampadu, Rice, Kante. The problem with this is Mount and Kai. Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. But hey, mate, long term, yeah, of course, we want all these players to start every game. But long term, we need options. If we want to be one of the best teams in the world and we want to challenge for the league, for the Champions League consistently, We need not just 2 brilliant players for the 2-8 spots. We need 3 or 4. So I think it's all good. I think it's all good. I agree Mendy kept the next season. Are you mental? You lot are off your head. Thoughts on the whole Raiola United saga? See, that's a good question, Kiri. Sarah. See, people remember a couple of weeks ago, not too long ago, when the whole Mendy thing happened, even after Mendy was here, people saying, should we get Donnarumma next season? I'm like, no, I don't want anything to do with Mino Raiola. And this is exactly why. This is exactly why. And I don't know whether Pogba accepts this, whether Pogba likes this, whether Pogba has a problem with it, but is maybe scared to sack him or something. Because just their contracts are too tight that if he sacks him, he has to pay him a huge payoff. I don't know. But this is why I don't want any players that are, represented by Mino Raiola. I don't want them anywhere near our football club. No matter how good they are. It could be, they could bloody offer us, I don't know, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe and Ronaldo. Okay, Ronaldo's a bit old. Even Messi. Neymar and Mbappe. They could offer me them too. And I would, if they are, represented by him, just nah, it's a no from me. It's a no from me, bro. It's a no from me. In my opinion, one of the reasons why Kante as a lone DM works is because of the ball playing ability of Thiago Silva. Silva is so good on the ball that we don't have to always rely on lone DM to play the ball out. See, that is fully true, which is also why Jorginho looked better under Sarri when he had David Luiz behind him, because it would change between Luiz and Jorginho, who would build up the play, meaning the press. If Jorginho was just pressed to death, David Luiz would do it. It's the same issues. It's the same thing. Amar Abraham or Calvert-Lewin, mate, I can't make that decision. But Dries would be perfect captain. He has the aura about him where he does not mess about. Mount would be a good vice captain. Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. I would maybe if Reece got a bit more vocal, I would agree with this more. Mendy captain after he just signed. Come on, lads. Yeah, exactly. Loz, name me a better squad in Europe that is better than ours. There isn't one. If you actually think about it, if you actually deep it, there isn't a better squad than ours right now. Because if you think, like, bloody Choupo-Moting is Bayern Munich's only backup striker. Other than striker and right back, they have a better squad than us. They just don't have a backup right back. That just doesn't exist in their squad. And they don't have a proper backup striker other than Choupo-Moting. Obviously, yeah, he was in the Champions League final and, even got PSG there and this and that. I know. But still, on general, he's not as good as our player. So, Bayern, but other than that, no one. Rice is my captain after Rusby. All right, relax. We don't even know if we'll sign him yet. I've been watching Kai and he's a good player. His performances ain't that bad. Yeah, I agree with this. It wasn't that bad. Raiola players will always bring problems. No way they should be in close proximity of the club. I couldn't agree more. We don't build up through Kante. Yeah, exactly. We build up through his hexagon. And he's just is meant to distribute it between the hexagon, if that makes sense. Not a fan of keepers being captains. I prefer midfielders as they can make their voices known at the front and the back. I think defenders are fine, but I agree that goalies aren't 100% ideal. Oliver Kahn, Iker Casillas, Gianluigi Buffon. Obviously, there's a number of incredible goalkeeper captains, but I still personally prefer outfield players to be it. Mino Raiola would never mess with Roman Abramovich. Look at the Lukaku deal. Oi, look at you, Blue FT216. Cheers for the £1.99 donation, bro. Do we necessarily need Declan Rice or Alaba? Well, right now we need a DM. We don't necessarily need Declan Rice, but we need a DM eventually. And Alaba, we only need once Thiago Silva leaves. Once Thiago Silva leaves, we need Alaba. Right now, having Alaba would be great. My personal opinion. But boys, we have over 50 people watching, which I do appreciate, especially after such a dead game yesterday. I do appreciate that all of you boys are tuning in regardless. But if any of you are new, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. That'd be brilliant. Help me reach 7,500 subscribers and tell all of your mates about this so I can reach 8,000, 10,000 and all sorts. So that'd be brilliant. And of course, smash the like button right now. Like I said, with over 50 people watching, over 60 people watching now, and only 25 likes. So make sure you smash the like button. Yeah, and Ben, I'm not sure about the Roman Abramovich thing. I just don't even want to risk it. Mendy is the best. While you see Kepa, he's like a Bale. What? He's like Bale, a person who barely plays, who still gets a high salary. I mean, yeah, but Kai has shown glimpses of his talent at the start of the Premier League, and I would say his passing is brilliant. The lad needs to be groomed, and soon he will become our most vital player. Same goes for Gilmore. Gilmore is great, but not Kai Havertz level. Kai Havertz is possible Ballon d'Or level. Billy Gilmour isn't that. I'd say there are better 11s, but we got the most balanced squad. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Obviously, 11, we don't have the best. Sane, Lewandowski, Coman, Müller, or Pulisic, Werner. Sane, Lewandowski, Coman, Müller, or Pulisic, Werner, Ziyech, Havertz. That's a tough one, that is. Just because I'm a Chelsea fan, I will pick the Chelsea one, but it's a close one. Unpopular opinion, Tomori for DM. Disagree, sorry mate, disagree. Smash the like, 61 in the chat now. Smash, smash, smash. Yes, Texas Blue. Love you, bro. Love you, love that. Anjorin played better than Cho do whenever he played. No, bro, that's not true. Come on, that's not true. Cho was really good in Sevilla the week before. Cho was really good the week before that away at Rennes. Scored a hugely vital goal in that game. Don't hate, don't hate. Good shout, Amazon. Tomorrow operates like a DM, has all the qualities. No, he doesn't have the press resistance and the short passing at all. Jimenez is injury prone. Injury record looks shocking. Are Chelsea fans really serious about this guy? Yeah, personally, I'm not all too... Like, I think it's cool that he wants to play for us. But in general, I'm like, do we really need Jimenez? A guy that's played under Diego Simeone for, what, 5-6 years or whatever it is? And, you know, a really defensive team consistently, like tactics-wise, system-wise. That's not what we need, personally. Werner is my idol. Ziyech is a beast at free kicks and Havertz is a Leverkusen star. Okay. Predictions for the Super Tie Group B games today. This is why I did this tonight, because I want to watch that later. Madrid is in the Europa League. Madrid in the Europa League would be a madness. Bro, Madrid in the Europa League would be so mad. I would love it so much because Madrid, I would just hope that they'd find their form then. And then neither Arsenal nor Spurs could win Europa League. How fun would that be? I would love that. Obviously, all United now. Enjoy Thursday night, United fans. Enjoy it. Your thoughts on Mark Guay? Having a great season, Swansea, no wonder Lampard rates him so highly. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mark Guay, to be honest, bro. I'm a big fan of him. Do I think that he would ever make it at Chelsea? Personally, I don't. But I think he will be a good Premier League player in the future. And I would happily have him as a backup option in Chelsea. Will he ever do Chelsea watch-alongs? But I would like to. The problem is my laptop current situation. It struggles to like have a stream and, you know, like stream myself and stream a game at the same time. Didn't mean to do that. Let me just fix that. That's better. But I will eventually, bro. I will eventually. I promise. I will. This slow mode is killing me, just like how Giroud's speed used to kill me. I get you, bro. I get you. Do I have a slow mode on? Slow mode is on. Yeah, but don't say too many things at once, innit, boy? Don't say too many things at once. But how can I even change that? I don't even know. Live chat? Nothing happens if I click that button. So I'll change it for next time, okay? Oh, there it is. It's not happening. It's not happening. Chelsea fans have not watched Jimenez. He's similar to Zuma, where they are like to slide out. We need a Rolls Royce like Thiago Silva that will command the back line. Yeah, I kind of disagree. Can you imagine Madrid versus Arsenal, mate? I would love that. You rate Zidane. Personally, I don't. If you listen to the podcast I did with the Grand Dam pod or whatever it's called, forgot. Sorry, Demi. But we were like, he asked me to come up with like a crazy hot take. And I said, I think Zidane is crazily overrated personally. Yeah, him and Gallagher have made good impression at both Swansea and West Brom. Yeah, agree, Remy, agree. If we draw with Atleti, can we beat them? For sure, we can beat anybody. But Atletico would be a really tough opponent. I really want to Pendrama. Chelsea is brilliant, in my opinion, especially when he played in the lower tiers. Yeah, he is brilliant. There's a little bit of an attitude problem, but maybe that's also the media just portraying him negatively, possibly. Obviously, don't exactly follow them too closely. Who's going to win the Champions League? Chelsea, boys. Gilmore gives Thiago Alcantara vibes. Oh, that's a strong statement. Not quite sure about that one, bro, but more like Xavi than Thiago, but yeah. Will Tomori leave in January? Leave on loan, yes. I'm 90% sure of that. Arsenal and United in Europa. I mean, Arsenal had already been in Europa. United are there now, which is very funny. Kirit saying, do you remember the first Chelsea game you tuned into? Those kind of memories tend to stick with you. I remember mine was Europa League final in 2013. That was Ivanovic beauty. Can't be forgotten. Oh, mate, that Ivanovic goal was a madness. Honestly, I'm telling you, that Ivanovic goal was a madness. Honestly, that ball, it felt like I was in the air for about a bloody hour. It was honestly crazy. My first game was Chelsea vs Liverpool, Champions League semi-final, 2005. Garcia's goal. That was my first game. We can't, well, not in person, but on TV. We can't close the door to all Mino Raiola clients. If Tammy doesn't improve and Werner is constantly played as a wide forward. I would like us to race for Haaland, who is a Raiola client. To be honest, I didn't actually realise Haaland was a Raiola client. So maybe I'll have to change that standpoint. But I still wouldn't be a big fan of... Just get Haaland, tell him we'll get you, we'll pay you whatever the hell you want, we'll make you Ballon d'Or winner, but get rid of your agent. I think we should do that. When you see Kepa in goal, accept at least one goal, either by his mistake or not, but we always go there one goal down when he starts. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, sadly, that is not wrong. At the moment, sadly, that is not wrong. Hamza saying, hopefully Kante has shut the haters up so tight the next game that they take his name, they take a million times before talking. All right. I think a million times before talking. How will we replace Silva, because there are not many like him? There will be a difficult problem. Now, obviously, Thiago Silva will stay for another season. I think we can all agree on that he will. What we do after that, I think David Alaba is probably the closest thing to it. Not quite as good defensively, obviously, and positionally not perfect, but he's a commander. I mean, he's the leader of the Bayern defence. Whether Boateng plays next to him or Süle plays next to him, he commands that defence. He commands the line, he commands when to push, he commands them. And technical ability, I would argue, is even better than Thiago Silva. So he's a shout. He's a shout. That's what I'm talking about. Xavi Alonso kisses his Gilmore poster every night before he tucks in. Xavi Alonso is a good comparison for Gilmore, to be honest. It's a good comparison. Is Haaland really a necessity at this point, though? Especially with informed Giroud and the likes of Werner and Tammy still improving. Now, as much as Giroud is in good form, do not ever compare him to someone like Haaland, right? Okay? All right? Please. And even Tammy. I love Tammy. You know that. Sometimes I defend him more than I should. But do not compare him to Haaland. You know, do not be doing that, boys. Come on. Sell Jorginho and keep Billy and Ampadu. Next summer, that is an option, but we'll have to wait and see. When Kepa plays, he's like an abracadabra. Here I vanish. That's funny. That's funny. I remember Arsenal fans said Partey Kante just after signing Partey, mate. But don't listen to Arsenal fans. They're all deluded. A bloody lot of them. Is Emerson good or consistent enough? He's good, but not consistent enough. That's a good shout. Edward Mendy is the best signing we have ever made. I'm not sure about ever. Remember Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, but it's certainly a brilliant signing. And possibly the best signing this summer. But boys, we nearly have 80 people watching right now. We're only 32 likes. Will the lawyers please go down below, only have 74 now, but still, go down below and smash the like button right bloody now, bro. Go on, do it. Doesn't cost you any money, barely cost you any time. I would just keep talking and you just do your thing, please. I would massively appreciate that. Please do that. I'm getting a bit warm here, I won't lie. Haaland remembers me to Drogba. Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, I will never forget Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV saying, take the age thing out of it, William's a better player than Ziyech. Yeah, that was too funny. Bigger Penta club right now, Arsenal or Barcelona. Always Arsenal, bro. Always Arsenal. I'm telling you, Thiago is like the best Gilmore comparison. Both us, 6-8 hybrid. No, Bayern Munich played Thiago Alcantara as a 6. This is the Bundesliga. Thiago Alcantara isn't a 6 in the Premier League, in my opinion. But hey, you know, we might just disagree. If you guys know this Arsenal fan called Eagle, he said Partey is better than Kante and Kimmich. Like, what? Yeah, he's a bit off his head. Aditha Balaga is Spanish for concedes. You boys are funny today. What's going on? Do you still want Jadon Sancho? It's a good question, bro. It's a good question, Ben. Obviously, Jadon hasn't had a brilliant start to the season. Certainly hasn't. Would I dislike having him at Chelsea? No. Do I think we need him at Chelsea? No. Right now, I don't believe that we need him. Right now, I don't believe that we need him. And as always, boys, if anybody wants to just support me a bit, support the channel and that, and you can always use the super chat function. Obviously, the one dude, that guy needs to tell me his real name because your name, every name is too difficult to pronounce for me. But if anyone wants to do that, use that function. You're all very welcome to, obviously. Make a video with Arsenal Fan TV who used to say Arteta, Lampard, their opinions about their opinions now. Yeah, I know too many people did that, and I was busy that day when that would have been good, so that's why I didn't. What would be some key Chelsea transfer targets for next season, considering our ridiculous squad depth already? That's a good... Now, let me talk about that for a second, Kiri. Let me talk about that for a second. A DM, Zakaria, Declan Rice, one of them would be good. Ismail Sarr, someone suggested that earlier. I can't remember who it was, but I was very happy with that suggestion. I would be quite pleased if we signed Ismail Sarr, actually. And That's it. That's it. If Giroud leaves a striker, but that's it, honestly. Maybe even Broja could just fill that role. The Sancho ship has sailed. We got good players now. We aren't struggling starting 11-wise. No, we're not. For sure, we're not. Do you consider Eden Hazard a Chelsea legend? Yes, I do. I do. Have you watched Rafinha from Leeds? He's a baller. Ren producing brilliant players. Yeah, bro. Rafinha is a bloody baller. When I did my preparations for the previews of playing Ren, unlike the stats where I get all of my stats, whether it's players, crosses, goals, possession, passing, shots, whatever. The best rated player of this season for Rennes was still Rafinha, even though he only played 1 or 2, 3 games for them before he officially joined Leeds. He's a brilliant player, but he just joined Leeds, starts for them. Would he come to Chelsea as a backup? I doubt it. That's not even a question, Sid. What is the question by Sid? Oh, yeah. Even if he ain't doing well in Spain, he's still a Chelsea legend, yeah, for sure, for sure. Let me just think. There's a couple of things I want to talk about tonight. Oh yeah, the Tammy Abraham one. See, I haven't even mentioned it. I put it in the bloody title. I haven't really talked about it yet. So Tammy Abraham, I had a genuine shocker today. Okay, the first one he missed shortly after the penalty. Difficult chance. And he won a penalty well, so maybe I am being a bit harsh. But I think his second half performance was just a nightmare. And what frustrates me with Tammy is the amount of interviews I've seen him give saying he's the fastest player in the Chelsea squad. And then I see him outpaced by the Krasnodar centre-back when they're both chasing the ball. Like, it's different being quick on the ball and quick off the ball. And especially being as tall and lanky as Tammy is, it's super difficult to be fast with the ball. But even off the ball, the centre-back outpaced him. I'm like, bro, considering you claim to be the fastest player in the Chelsea squad, I very rarely see you outpace anybody. Too rarely, considering how many times I see other players outsprint a lot of people. So that actually disappointed me a little. Prediction time. Who's dropping to Europa League tonight? Madrid, Inter, neither. See, knowing Real Madrid. Let me get that group table up. I think Madrid and Shakhtar will go through. And I think Gladbach will come third. And I think Inter will come fourth. I think Madrid just turn up when it matters. They always have, they always will. Probably. If they don't tonight, fair play. I hope Gladbach go through because I like Gladbach, actually. Got a fair few Austrians playing for them as well. And who's their manager? That's Marco Rosi's German. But used to be manager of Salzburg. But yeah, I think Inter will come fourth in that group. Bloody hell, so many things happen in the chat. Missed all of it. All right, I'm back. Ben Chilwell did well to defend against him. People acted like Ben couldn't defend when we bought him. Mate, Ben Chilwell is brilliant. Ben Chilwell is bloody amazing. At the start of the season, I thought Tammy was finished. However, I gave him a chance because some said he has potential to be very good. But as I start to think about it more and more, I feel like he ain't it. Now, for me, Red Pill, there's two different things. First of all, he's 23. Strikers, especially proper number 9s, they peak much later than other players. It's different to... Obviously, Haaland is a... I'm not saying Tammy will be as good as Haaland will be. But that doesn't mean Tammy won't be a great striker. Will he ever be our consistent first choice number 9? Possibly not. But does that mean he's not good enough to be around? Could he be our Solskjaer for many years to come? Rarely starting games, but always around, always scoring big goals. I could very much so see Tammy being that. You know, Tammy, give him a bit of time, he will get a bit stronger, he will get a bit better at the holder play. He's already improved significantly at the holder play from last season compared to this season. He will get better with the decision making. It will come. He's 23. It's not that easy for proper number 9s. It will come, in my opinion. Is not Malang Sarr doing enough to move into the first team next season? I haven't seen enough of Porto. I've watched a couple of their Champions League games, but I think it's a little bit too much to say should he be in the first team next season. Haven't seen such an interactive guy. Thank you, man. Big up, you earned a new subscriber. Love that, bro. Love that, Hamza. Love that from you. I think he hasn't found his feet yet since bulked up during lockdown. He looked shaky on his feet since then. Did he bulk up, do you think? Yeah, fair play. It's not a bad shout, to be honest. Bro, don't you think our fan base sometimes focuses too much on the negatives than the positives, even when we get a result? I agree that Tammy was awful, but people are talking about selling him. Yeah, no, I agree with this. I know I put it in the title as well. But hey, this is YouTube. I need to somehow get the people in. You know, it ain't easy around here. We aren't all George Benson. But yeah, I agree. The people that talk about selling him is outrageous. Pulisic said he would race him if he likes that. Yeah, no, true. Your thought on PSG versus Istanbul saga? My thoughts on that is no to racism. My thought on that is I don't care what in your language means what. What Dibala said after that. Why would you have to call a black guy, but a white guy you call that guy? That's outrageous. You know, if you want to distinguish between people, use the size of his forehead, the size of his nose. Is he bald? Does he have blonde hair, dark hair, whatever? Not his skin color. And I don't care what your language is. You're in an official footballing environment. You're a UEFA representative. Don't speak Romanian to each other. These people aren't stupid. If you're a referee, you're not a complete idiot. They knows that that word means something extremely different in other languages, right? So, and then you can't just go around, oh, we're speaking Romanian. That's not how it works, bro. I don't care what excuses you have. It's not how it works, and it's out of order. And I hope that guy never sees the inside of a football stadium ever again in his life, personally. Hello there, guys. Welcome back for yet another What We Really Learned. Yes, bro, Yusuf. How you doing, bro? I was so shot. Damn. Is that harsh? I'm sorry. While you really hate Conte, don't be salty when he wins Serie A. Conte winning Serie A, there's no chance. Ibrahimovic has something about that. Drogba made his name with 26. Why do this fan base forget that? Exactly my point, bro. Exactly my point, bro. Tammy's still got time. He's mainly the backup option anyway, so I don't get where the massive fuzz is coming from yet. You want to know a fact? Tammy's stats are better than Drogba's at the age of 21. Does that shut up the Chelsea fan base saying, Tammy? No, it doesn't, bro. That's the issue. That's the issue. And people are harsh. My issue is that the different option to Tammy isn't good enough either. See, if we just had a proper striker and could just Tammy have a proper backup, that'd be great. Maybe we won't turn Werner into that. But the problem is that neither Giroud or Tammy are that good. Yeah, Giroud has a brilliant game like against Sevilla. But then he also has shockers. Remember when he started against Spurs in the League Cup? He had an awful game. Giroud was so bad in that game. We need a better first choice. If we turn Werner into that, brilliant. But if we don't, we need a better third choice there. Football Terrace is streaming and Carefree Lewis G is there. Would you join too? I mean, I'm streaming here right now, but I'll get involved with Terry at some point. Don't worry. I'll get involved with him. Are you hoping Chelsea get RB Leipzig in the next round? I know how much you hate them. No, I don't know. Actually, because I dislike them a lot. I hate them a lot, but I actually think they're a really good team, so I don't want to play them. Fans in general, not just Chelsea fans, are too reactionary these days. Yeah, it's a problem with social media, really. I feel like it's due to the technology boom where everyone gets everything they want right away. Football requires some patience. It's true. Hamza, Laurenz, please join the Football Terriers. Really would love to see you on there, man. Contact Terry ASAP. Yeah, I will get in touch with him, bro. I will get in touch with him. Don't worry. I've talked to him before anyway, so it's calm. If Chelsea don't draw by until the semis in the UCL, we have a very good chance to win it. I mean, fair enough, bro. Fair enough. He could even say his number rather than black guy. Yeah, well, no, he was talking about the assistant manager, so he didn't have a number. He wasn't actually talking about Dembaba. He was talking about Vebu, the assistant manager. So yeah, you still think of Havertz's performance against Krasnodar? I thought it was good, but not incredible. He seems good. He was good, but not incredible. Especially the first time, he was good, but it seemed to get a bit more tired the longer the game went on, in my opinion. I'm more thinking about what Lampard could do with Tammy. I'm okay with Tammy in the team. Yeah, it's true. Are you a uni student, bro? Yeah, I am. Where is your Ferrari hat? I thought you won't take it off that place. Oh yeah, it's just because for the Blues fans TV streams, I have this one there, and usually I put the Ferrari hat up there for my streams, but I forgot, to be honest. I forgot. I actually wish Real Madrid go through and we draw them. Would want to see Courtois get embarrassed at Stamford Bridge and a welcome to us. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, bro. I wouldn't mind that. The only issue with Real Madrid is they could find their form till March and then they could batter us. You never know. Do you remember when we got Drogba from Marseille for the first 2 games? He looked off the pace. Can you imagine our current fans reacting to Drogba's back then? They'd want him sold. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, I wasn't like properly in the fan base back then, but I wouldn't be surprised, even if no one will admit it, I wouldn't be surprised if half the fan base even back then wanted him to be sold straight away. In honesty, obviously it was a different time. We weren't expecting quite such high levels yet, because we hadn't been winning titles every season pretty much. But still, if we were to draw a big gun in the next round of UCL, then I wouldn't mind it to be Barca. They are absolute shambles at the moment. Yeah, Barca would be okay. Which league would you say you get the most success from with transfers? I'd say Ligue 1 with Drogba and Hazard. I thought we get the most success from transfers, and I assume you're not going to count the Premier League. Right. I assume you're not going to count the Premier League. All right. The series just kicked off. You have Zola from the Serie A. It's a big one. Yeah, but Liga, you're probably not wrong, bro. You're probably not wrong. Do you think Mendy would have saved the goal conceded by Kepa last night? No, Ben, sorry, I actually don't. PSG are 4-0 up on top of the table. Yes, they are, so we wouldn't play. PSG would play Leipzig, or we can't play PSG. We could play Leipzig. Is Kai good in tight spaces? I'm assuming he'll get more press resistant as time goes on. Just an observation. Yeah, Red Bull, I agree. He doesn't. I'm not sure about press resistant. I just think he doesn't shield the ball well enough. I don't know whether it's the fact, but yesterday was Champions League. It just didn't seem like he always expected the impacts that he sometimes received, which was a bit disappointing, but he needs to definitely improve on that. I'd say it has to be the guy for successful transfers. I guess so. Real Madrid have a B-tag Giroud up top and a D-tag Ansu Fati on the wings. No way in hell are they beating us. A D-tag Ansu Fati, but they could also have Hazard on the wing if he comes back. Do you know what I mean? And B-tag Giroud, but don't disrespect Benzema like that. Don't disrespect Benzema. Mbappe on fire after what happened yesterday. Just scored a hat-trick and match still going on. Fair play, big dub. Bakayoko was from Liga. It's a no. The good thing about Abraham is that he stays healthy. Yes, it's true his performances is a bit inconsistent, but he's always healthy. Yes, true, Jonathan. Jonathan makes a fair point. And everybody, we still have 75 people watching, ladies and gentlemen. So first of all, be sure to subscribe. But almost more importantly, because I assume most of you are already subscribed, but almost more importantly, 75 people watching, only 45 likes. Make sure you smash the like button. Every single one of you, I want to at least 60 likes right now. At least, come on. Everyone, go down below, smash the like button. Doesn't cost you any money, barely cost you any time, and I will be going on for about 5 or 6, 7, maybe 10 minutes longer, and then we'll leave it at that for today. Joel Gamer, hello, bro. How you doing? I hope you're well. Kirit saying, kind of mad to think that Mbappe is only 21 and has already led his team to World Cup glory. That's a trophy a lot of top players missed from their Arsenal. Yeah, for sure. I mean, people need to forget one thing. They say, oh, Mbappe won the World Cup. Yes, he did. No, France won the World Cup. That's when people say Messi didn't win the World Cup. Yes, he didn't. But Argentina did. Well, obviously they did, but many years ago. Mbappe wasn't even France's best player in that tournament, in my personal opinion. But hey, still, obviously he's incredible. We can't forget that. Can't forget that. Gallagher, Gilmore, Ruben, Rice. Pick two. Gilmore and Ruben any day of the week. Am I the only one, or is everyone else seeing the Chelsea emblem on the flag flipped on the right? Yeah, it is, but the writing is upside down. Because if I had it like that way, the flag wouldn't make the shot. So it has to be upwards. So the writing is like that, but the badge is sideways. Just how the flag is, bro. I can't help it, bro. I'm good, thanks. Good to hear that, mate. Good to hear that. Yusuf saying, Barca 7 shots to target, all from Messi. Kudos to Gigi Buffon. I didn't see all 7 shots. I saw him make one of the saves, which was a decent save, but yeah. Because he's lanky, Kai, it's almost too easy to knock him off the ball. If he does Goretzka World Cup madness, then could help, but I wonder if that would affect his other attributes. You know, he will get better at, shooting the ball. He was also better at shooting the ball in the Bundesliga than he is now. I don't think it's just lankiness, because he's tall, but it's not super tall. He's 6'3". It's tall, but not incredibly tall, right? I usually don't like to chat about United, but I can see why Pogba wants to leave. Imagine spending your best years playing alongside McTominay, Fred, Herrera, Fellaini, etc. Yeah, it's true, bro. It's absolutely true. Joshua Threader saying, yo, how you doing, Josh? If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe. And, boys, I asked for 60 likes. We have 50. Even though we have 83 people watching right now, I won 60 likes. Smash the like button. It doesn't cost you any money, right? You just go down below. There's this little thumbs up button, and then you go like that. You click it, and then it goes from white to blue. I've got a Rubik's Cube here, so it just goes to blue, right? That's what you all will do right now. You go down below and smash that like button. Let's do that. We have more number of goal scorers than the number of goals Arsenal have scored this season. Big lol. That's true, Hamza. That's true. Do you think Chelsea will back Rice? I think eventually they will, yeah. I think you get more subs if you did more niche videos, but I do love the interactive of your live stream. Yeah, see, the thing is, I could do more proper in-depth videos and more fancy videos, but first of all, a lot more work. The views are the same, if not worse, and I have other shit to do. In all honesty, and I just enjoy these things. I really enjoy it. MT, hey bro, how you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you help. Have you had any autographs pics with any Chelsea players past the current squad members? Yes, Kieran. I've had the bloody lot of them. Look at my background, John Terry, and Istanbul Basaksehir here actually just scored 4-1. But yeah, Ruben not Ruben. John Terry, I've had a picture with. Right, let me go through it. Diego Costa, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Zuma, Pedro, Willian, John Terry, number of times. Bloody Loic Remy, Begovic. Who else was there? Conte, Cudicini. The entire 16-17 squad other than Courtois and Hazard basically. Also Batshuayi. And then a couple of years, like last year, I got a picture with Frank, Mount and Louise just before Louise left, which was a bit disappointing. And I've got autographs by Ivanovic, Conte, and Cahill. Cahill was a good dude, to be honest. I'm not his biggest fan, but he was a good dude. Kazuma for second choice French striker behind Olivier Giroud. Yeah, why not? Do you rate? Who do you rate more in terms of footballing knowledge and unbiased opinion, Goldbridge or Rance? To be honest, TK13. Maybe I shouldn't say this publicly for like possible future collabs, but I don't watch anyone. I just do my thing. Like I watch the football, I talk about it myself, and that's it. That's it. Ziya's lost the ball a lot, mixing that with Havertz on the right. Ball retention in the bin. I mean, true, but it will come, bro. It will come. You want to know another fact? Zuma has more goals than Aubameyang and Martial combined. Yeah, true. Quick fire. Ozil or Müller, Alaba, Upamecano, FIFA or Pez? Müller, just because he works hard. Alaba, Austrian, FIFA. Neither, both biased, yeah, exactly. Goldbridge has some brilliant takes, but equally has some terrible takes. Yeah, it's true. But they're both banter, innit? They're both banter. I think they're both funny. I don't necessarily rate either of them particularly highly for like their footballing knowledge. You had yourself with Frank Lampard. Yes, I did last year. Follow me on Instagram. You can see the pictures over there. Link to it is down in the description. It's at Laos1507. And I've got most of the pictures I've taken with Chelsea players are on there. Follow me, drop a like, and do all of that, as well as here. But hey, I really have enjoyed, the stream today, boys. Let me do a couple of more. If you or anyone else wants to chuck me a couple more quick fire questions, and then we'll leave it there and we'll leave it here. I've got to make myself dinner. I've got an hour until the Champions League. The other Champions League games start, so got to do that. IB1 saying Arsenal's Prem goal of the month might have to be another Aubameyang penalty. Has he scored 2 penalties this season? Fair enough. Love these interactive streams, bro. Keep it up. Yes, mate, Kieran. Love that from you, bro. Love that from you. Tell all your mates about it. Tell all of them, and just tell them to subscribe, get involved, We have a good time over it. We have a good bloody time. Well, I do anyway. I don't know if you do, but I do. And at the end of the day, I'm doing it for my personal pleasure, shall we say. Not sure if we actually do, but... Prime Malouda or Willian? Oh, definitely Malouda. If you were forced to sell someone, would you rather sell Zia or Werner? Bro, that is a tough question. Oh, that is such a tough question. Mate, that's a good question. Ay. Mental. I don't know. Because I'm not actually a huge fan of Werner because of his past. But Ziyech is older and less consistent. It's tough. Werner, just because of Red Bull. I'm sorry. Laurenz would be instant Ballon d'Or win if he graced the football pitch. Yes, bro, I would. Oh, boys, I love you. Opinions on midfield duel. I really don't want to see Kovac leave us. He has been a flipping baller, absolutely brilliant. On midfield duel? Oh, yeah. Now, see, I think for the rest of the season, I think it would be brilliant to have competition between and rotation between Mount, Kovac, Havertz, even Billy now and again. I think it would be brilliant. I would actually enjoy that. Have you seen the posters of players on the high street in Fulham? Looks nice. Road super deserted though. Yeah, I mean, I don't live in London, but yeah, I've seen them online and stuff. Looks sick. George Benson said that he has to make 12 more collabs in this month. You could join if you want. Does it? Yeah, I get involved with him. We follow each other on Twitter, so get in touch with him. Lewandowski or Ramos? Well, that's an impossible either or. Ramos, but because I really don't like Bayern Munich, but difficult. Sell Havertz or Gilmore. I honestly think Havertz is like talent of the century kind of thing. And I don't believe Billy Gilmour is that. So rather Billy, but obviously I wouldn't want to sell either. But boys, I'm going to leave it here. I really have enjoyed the stream again tonight. Do appreciate all of you boys that have interacted and joined and stuff. Who was more underrated, Ramirez or Jonathan Mikel? Ramirez. Because I did not actually rate Mikel that much myself. Right, but why are you asking questions which ain't ever going to be asked, man? Yeah, bro. Would you consider doing watch-alongs to Chelsea games? I will at some point, bro. I will at some point. I thought you were in London, bro, because I seen you in one of the interviews. Are you back in Austria? Yeah, no, I live in Austria. I just, whenever I can, fly over to England to just go to games. You know, just save up. That's all I do. Work, I save up, go to England, watch games, come back. And I permanently live in Austria for the time being. But yeah. Boys, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea. Really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. Again, do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That'd be brilliant. And if you have, smash the like button. Yes, but also smash the notification bell button so you don't miss any of my future streams and videos. And tell all of your mates, tell your nan, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your brother, tell your sister. Tell all of them to get involved and subscribe. Because why not? But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Up to Chelsea. And I'll see you next time.